Welcome to History 102, the history of modern Europe for Queen's College in the summer of 2020. This course looks at how Europe developed from the late 18th century, which is where we'll start the course, up until the present. Throughout the course, I typically will be referring to a couple of key items that will be essential to our understanding and will be the themes by which we examine Europe's progress, or lack thereof, over the next 4 weeks. This course will look at how Europe has come of age, really. How does Europe, really in the mid 18th century, as a place that was not really the leading country or leading continent of the world, but how through political change, social change, intellectual, cultural change, does Europe emerge by the 19th century as the industrial powerhouse and the political powerhouse of the globe. We'll be looking at a couple of themes throughout this course to help us illustrate that. We'll be looking at nationalism, the love of your people. We'll be looking at industrialization, using changing from muscle power to steam or coal power. We'll also be looking at things such as social change, looking at the ideas of the Enlightenment and intellectual change. We'll be looking at different characteristics such as imperialism and how does the empire sort of come back in the late 19th century. We'll be looking at things like industrialization in terms of the economic change, but also in terms of the cultural change. How does it change the way people live? We'll also be looking at communism, liberalism. Now, liberalism not meaning sort of Democrats or versus Republicans, but again, looking at what does that liberalism mean? We'll be looking at conservatism and what that actually means. So we'll be looking at these different themes throughout the next couple of weeks. Additionally, or I guess along with that, you will have assignments looking specifically at those ideas. And I'll talk about that in a second. This course is an asynchronous course done at your own pace and your own time over the course of roughly a week. So I will be posting assignments and things for people to do over the course of each week, with all of them due the next week. Assignments have a hard deadline. I cannot accept assignments after a deadline, largely because this is a very fast-paced course. It's only 4 weeks, and I don't want you all to fall behind. So what are these assignments going to look like? They will incorporate a couple of different things. Number one, there will certainly be identifications very frequently, asking you to define or explain certain phenomena or certain things in the course of a period. There will be reading of documents to help illustrate points that I hope to make. There will be reading of your textbook that I hope you have purchased. There will be watching videos. And the assessments that you will be given each week, or for each assignment, let's say, will incorporate the different things you look at. And there'll be a reading of primary source documents as well. So I hope that is helpful. The last thing I would like to say here is contact. Please feel free to reach out to me whenever you need. I will be pretty accessible. You can email me at the email that is on the course outline, hallerhistory@gmail.com, or my cell phone number, which is there as well, 646-734-9311. So let's look at the syllabus, the course outline, before we move on to the rest of the year. So when you would like to contact me, please make sure you do so with either of these two ways. I'm happy to establish a Google Meet, a Skype call, whatever might be helpful, FaceTime to help. The pieces at the top here are general comments about the sort of scope of the course. I have goals labeled here, but the piece that I think all of you are going to find most important are these pieces here. This is sort of the timeline, and we're going to be moving very quickly. Again, we only have a few weeks together, so we will be moving relatively quickly throughout the course of this period. So the first course, which we'll be looking at later today, is the Enlightenment and the French Revolution. The second will be sort of the French Revolution, its aftermath, and the Industrial Revolution, and so on and so on. Now, the assignments that you'll all be given will include your grades. I'm going to be using what is called a total point system. The total point system is basically a non-weighted system. It's a system where each week you will be given, or each night, day, you will be given an assignment that is worth 100 points. There are 12 topics, for 3 topics for each of the 4 weeks. Each assignment's worth 100 points. 12 times 100 is 1,200 points, 1,200 points. Your total score will be based on what those assignments total up to. I hope that is helpful. Plagiarism. I know this is a distance learning course. I know this is a very online course. This will tend to lead itself for people to use less than honorable ways of getting coming to their information. I hope and I expect that will not be the case here. I hope that we can enjoy this summer. And please, I don't think any of the assignments will be too difficult or are too difficult for you to use your own brain, the videos I post, the readings I post, to help you answer those questions. So please be thoughtful, please be diligent, and please use honorable ways of getting the information and citing that information. If you have questions about citations, I will also post those as well. Take care. Good luck.